Today, instead of talking about natural law, which is what usually calls me, I thought that we would speak about healing, which is the other aspect of mediumship in our religion. But today I want to address the scientific world of spiritual healing. We believe that we are a religion, a philosophy, and a science. And we have to be aware of what the scientific world is doing in order to stay up with what's going on in the understanding for humanity. Today's courses in new physics, environmental sustainability, neurobiology, and neurophilosophy provide a new scientific paradigm. A new paradigm for the study of consciousness and transformation, and thus healing. As spiritualists, we need to stay in tune with the ever-increasing knowledge that our sisters and brothers in science are developing. We've always been at loggerheads with them, and now they're beginning to understand what we understand. So we need to keep our fingers on that. So science has made roads into our understanding of consciousness. Scientists have discovered that consciousness is the ability to be aware of situations and conditions in and around itself, and to make the necessary adjustments and adapt to its environment and its continual changing conditions. That's a lot of words. And what it simply means is that if it's cold outside or things are changing around outside, they adapt. They change. Our consciousness knows, I better go put a coat on. I better take that coat off. We adapt to our environment. According to that premise, the cells in our body must also have their own consciousness. And this is that great leap that scientists have made. They have learned that each cell in our body has consciousness also. And they have been able to repeat this, which is the one thing that in spiritualism we have a problem with, is that repeatability factor. Because they can repeat this, and they have recognized that cells have consciousness, we have to rethink about who we are and how to heal it. It has been proven that organic cells recognize environmental changes and that they make the necessary adjustments in their structures, enabling them to adapt to the new conditions. Well, that's pretty awesome. If you cut yourself, the cells will very quickly adapt to that cut and move in to fix it. It is like a bacteria, or cockroaches, or lice, my two least favorite. They are always mutating in order to adapt and be the most aggressive antibiotic we can create. But if you think about bacteria, they are just little tiny cells. And yet they can adapt to their environment. And although we learn in school that our bodies are constructed of cells, we never thought of it as being a place that houses thousands of consciousness. We believe that we stand here as one consciousness, that our thoughts are made up of one being. We have to rethink that now. Neurobiology tells us that our brains are colonies of separate receiving units or brain cells. An observer is a receiving unit or cell. And a cell cannot have direct evidence of anything received by another cell. And that's why we walk around with the vision of ourselves being a single unit versus a multi-unit. I think it would drive us crazy if we could be aware all at once of every single cell that's going on in our body. We don't need to. We don't need to know their knowledge. However, in healing And this is the whole point of the matter, is it not? We can get in touch with those cells, and we need to know that that's available to us. That very awareness is sitting right there for us to reach in with meditation and change our bodies, one cell at a time. Biologists have now learned, I've just now hit 3 separate scientists, three separate specialties, if you will. Now we're into biology, and they have learned that evolution occurs, well, they used to call it something different, but they have learned that evolution now occurs through cellular knowledge accumulation. Cellular knowledge accumulation, and not through natural selection. Natural selection is the understanding that if you can beat somebody up better or faster, then you will exist and the other person will not. And scientists have now learned that that's not exactly how it works. Our cells adapt to our environment, placing that knowledge inside our DNA, and then we pass that on. So you're still looking at me saying, what's all this about? And again I say, this is going to help us with our healing understanding. And the more understanding that we have about the physical apparatus that we inhabit, the better off we are to heal. So let's begin with the healing prayer. Let's begin with our very basic. When we speak the healing prayer, we are asking all of our bodies and parts and our cells to listen up. All right, listen up. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen today. And when we say the healing prayer out loud, not only are we saying it to ourselves, okay, listen up, this is what's going to happen. We're saying it to the room. And the whole room's cells are listening up because this is my intent and this is what's going to happen. We are asking ourselves to come back into balance and harmony. And then we continue to ask the body parts of everyone else to come into alignment everywhere. That's that second part of our prayer. Here, intent and belief is of utmost importance. Much like any other mediumship, we must be asking with confidence and purpose. If the confidence and purpose is not there, it will not work, and it's like just pouring water into dry sand. It's not going to grow anything, and it's not going to change anything. We need to enact the natural laws of desire, intent, love, attraction, and vibration, and in order to do so, you must feel it inside. Confidence, purpose. We always look at the body as one intelligence, when indeed it is a cacophony of many minds. Cacophony. I like that word. And they're all trying to listen as one. So this new knowledge can help the healer overcome the desire to change the whole, when all we need to do is communicate with one part.